Hey guys, so we're going to learn something new today. I'm going to write some words down. I want you to tell me what is the same about all of these words. Are you ready? Okay, look them over. What is the same about all of these words? Can you tell? Do you know? Okay, well check it out because I'm going to underline what's the same about all of these words. What did you notice? You noticed D, G, E. All right, so we're going to talk about DGE and when exactly to use DGE. All right, DGE is a trigraph. There's three letters that are coming together to make a new sound. Three letters come together to make a new sound. Now this new sound says J, J. Can you guys say that? J, J. So check it out. Here it is. My little guy, he's jumping rope. See him, see her jumping rope? And we go down here, look. J, J, DGE. It's on my J card, like jump. Now, if you notice, there's a line in front of DGE. That means DGE always comes at the end of a word, and that's true. Look, he's at the end. He always comes after a short vowel. That means a vowel that has the door closed on him, and it's saying or it. So we know he comes at the end of a word. He follows a short vowel. He says J. He also comes at the end of words we can say in one bite. So let's try it. Our words judge. Everybody duck lip judge. Here we go. Yep, that's one bite. I'm going to write a 1 next to him. How about hedge? That's hedge. Let's duck lip it. Yep, that's one. How about badge? Let's duck lip it. Yep, that's one. And I know a lot of you guys at home can't see me when I say duck lip it. So watch, I'm going to unplug this so you can see me. You see me? Hi. All right, so when I duck lip it, I do this. So my first word was judge. Let's do it together. If you pinch your lips shut and then you try to say judge, but with your mouth closed, feel how many times you hum in your throat. That's how many bites or syllables there would be in the word judge. So let's try it. Here we go. 1. Let's try hedge. Here we go. 1. Let's try badge. Here we go. 1. So 1 syllable words. And also if you watch my mouth, you'll see them open once. Here we go. Judge, hedge, badge. You see, I only took 1 bite to say all of those words. So that is what I mean when I say duck lip it for all my new kiddos who have joined. So I'm going to plug this back in and we're going to go look back at our words. Maybe. Hopefully. Okay, here's our words back. So judge, hedge, badge. We can all say them in 1 bite. And they all have short vowels. And they all end with a J. So in our English words, true English words, never, ever, 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 ever end with a J. That never shows up at the end. He can show up in the middle. He can show up at the beginning. But he never shows up at the end of a word. So when you hear a J at the end of the word, it's going to be probably DGE. But there's another thing I want to show you. There's another thing I want to show you. So I'm going to write some more words down. You tell me what you notice that's the same about these words. Okay, what's the same about all of these words? And this one's really hard. You probably won't notice it. I'm going to give you another second to look at it. You can pause me if you really want to figure it out, but I'm about to tell you the answer. So here we go. There's a GE, GE, GE in all of these words. Now, GE can show up anywhere. You never know where he's going to show up. So I'm going to tell you real quick about E. E is a vowel, okay? And when E goes and stands next to G, this is what he does. He says, I'm going to take my microphone out. I want you to see me. He says, so G comes up next to E, and he says, yo, G, you got to be a J. And G gets kind of scared, and he's like, oh, okay, E, if you want me to, I'll sound like a J. Don't hurt me. And he says, J, 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 J. And that E is so busy being bossy that usually he doesn't say anything. If he's at the end, he does not say anything. But it depends on where he's at. Because if he's in the middle or the front, he'll say stuff. So you kind of just have to do it, and I'll show you some words and show you what I mean. Okay? So E can say stuff, but he's also really busy telling the G, yo, G, you gotta be a J. And G says, don't hurt me. Okay, I'll say J, 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 J. I'll be a J for you. Now, E is not the only one who does this. I does it too. I stands next to G, and he does the same thing. He says, G, you gotta be a J. And G says, okay, I'll be a G, I'll be a J. And he says, J, J, J. We call that a soft G sound. So I'm gonna turn you back to my marker board, and I'm gonna show you some more words. All right, so since we know E is telling G, yo, G, you gotta be a J. We know he says J. I'm gonna put a little J over him to help me remember. Now this E is a busy cat because at the same time he's bossing G around, he's reaching around G, and he's also picking on A and making A say, A. He's really busy at the end of the word, so he's not saying anything. So our word, and this is tricky, so watch with me, is age. Page, like a page in a book. I know that was kind of like, whoa, that did not look like Paige. That looked like Peggy or something, but no. E's poking A, and he's also saying, yo, G, you gotta be a J. All right, down here is G-E at the front of the word. So E is actually going to say something here. He's going to be short too because the L's blocking him. So this says J-L. Gel. Not like you go to gel when you're bad, but like you put hair gel in your hair to hold it. Gel. All right, last one. E is telling G, yo, G, you gotta be a J. And then he's also reaching around G and aggravating A and making A say A. So our word is age. Cage. Cage is our word. All right. So that was our soft G sound. I want to show you some more. Now our GI usually comes at the beginning. I'm going to show you GI on here. So there's 3 things we're learning from this card today. We learned our trigraph, DGE, he comes at the end. We learned GE, E tells G, yo, G, you gotta be a J. I tells G, yo, G, you gotta be a J, but he usually comes at the beginning of the word, so that makes it a little easier. I'm going to show you 2 of them where I is telling G to be a J. So we got giant and giraffe. Giant giraffes. But some words, and this is where I'm going to get super tricky, some words have GI at the beginning, and the I tries to make the G be a J. He says, yo, G, you got to be a J. And the G says, I don't think so, pal. Not today. And he still says, g, g. So this says girl, girl. Even though that I is there trying, the G ignores him. So that's what makes our language so confusing. When you see GI at the beginning, try it both ways. Like, you know that doesn't say girl. Girl isn't a word. But you know it says girl, so you can try it both ways. You know this doesn't say giant or giraffe. It says giraffe, giant. So that's what I always tell kids. If at first a word doesn't make sense, look at it and think, what can I try different to make it work for me? All right, bear with me because I have one more thing to teach you today. One more thing. So here we go. I'm going to write some words down. I know this was a long video, but you guys have got to bear with me because this is very important. Let's see, we'll do this one. What is the same about these guys? How about CE on the end? All right, so CE. Let me get out my other card real quick. Check this out. Here's my big fat seal. There's my S. Looky here what I got. I got CE. Ooh, and I have CI. All right, so CE can show up anywhere in a word. And the E does the same thing to C. He goes, yo, C, you got to be a S. And the C says, okay, E, don't hurt me. And he says, S. Because you remember, C can say an S, too. He could be an S or a K. So all E is doing is kind of being a bully and saying, yo, C, you got to be a S. And then C says, S. And then with the I, it's the same way, but they always come at the beginning of the word. The I says, yo, Sid, you got to be a S, and goes, S. So that's called a soft C sound. So soft C, soft G. That E and I with G make G say J, and that E and I with C make C say S. So check this out. E is telling C to be a S, and he's also poking A. E is telling C to be a S, he's also poking A. E is telling C to be a S, and he's also poking A. So our word says ace, ace, lace, race, pace, lace. E pokes A, and he also tells C to be an S. And I know that was a lot to take in just now, but we're going to be constantly reviewing these. So try to remember them the best you can and skip on over to my word talk, and we're going to go check it out. Thank you guys for being good listeners. Let me get this rigmarole stopped here.